Hello, dear one. My name is Nanaya from Love and Freedom Life Strategies. I'm a health and life coach. The other day, we talked about asking for what you want, asking and receiving from, from the people in your life, from God, from the Creator. What I didn't tell you is that what I'm suggesting you practice is actually extremely difficult. Asking, what do you want, is a loaded question. What do you truly want? Particularly for women, I don't want to leave men out of this, but for thousands of years, women have been taught that their appetites, that our desires, are dangerous, are bad. If you follow your appetites, you can become a glutton. You can bring shame on your family. You could be called a whore. You could be called greedy. If you love food too much, if you love sex too much, if you love money too much. Women even use this language themselves. They'll say, "Oh, I was bad today. I ate a brownie." So the things that we want and our appetites and cravings, we consider them bad or dangerous. And what's ironic about this is that our appetites are actually what bring us life. It's a biological imperative. We need to feed our bodies. We need to pursue certain cravings in order to survive, to live. So we turn a source of life into a source of death for ourselves. So, when I ask you, what is it that you truly want, and encourage you to open yourself up to asking and receiving, I understand that this is extremely difficult to do. It's a loaded question. And because of this, we've developed all sorts of ways to dance around what we really want and to not take personal responsibility for what we really want. We say, I'm too old. I'm too young. This is too selfish. I shouldn't really want this because other people have it worse than I do. We put up shields, like human shields, well, if it weren't for my kids, then I would, or I would ask for X except my spouse, my partner, or we're unable to really acknowledge what we want because, what would so and so, this important person in my life, think about me if they knew what I really wanted. So those are human shields, but we also put up money shields. We say, well, if I had enough money, then I would. The real question, though, is what are we willing to do to create for ourselves what it is that we really want? We don't even allow ourselves to consider the possibility. Disappointment is such a painful emotion that often we preemptively disappoint ourselves. We're sad about not having something before we've even been willing to fully acknowledge that we want this thing. So we live in this state of kind of sadness and disappointment because we're not willing to own and take responsibility for our desires, for our appetites, for what we want. But when we shut down our desires, we become disconnected from our truth, from the truth of how we were made, who we are. And without access to that truth, we're cut off from our power, the power of how we were created. And then we're cut off from our purpose. It's kind of a cascading effect. And with being cut off from our purpose, we're denying ourselves the joy and the fulfillment of living a purposeful, meaningful life. But we're also denying that to the world and to the people around us. So I want you to consider this possibility. What if your desires and appetites are actually the golden key that accesses the life you were made for? They open up for you the purpose for which you were created, and that in opening up to this and pursuing it, you'll actually end up benefiting everyone around you. What if? So today, I have a question for you. Please leave your answer in the comment below if you're willing to be so vulnerable. I'd love to hear. What truth would you like to claim around what you truly want for your life, for your health, your physical, spiritual, or emotional health, in your relationships, maybe in your finances or your career, any area of your life that's most pressing right now? What truth would you like to claim about what it is that you truly want? This is a tough question, I understand. But if you're really brave, ask yourself that question and see what comes forward. Wishing you the courage to look deep inside and access the truth of what you want. Thank you for being with me today. Let's continue to practice together. Peace and courage to you.